everyone, Meaghan here at Baluyoga. We're going to be doing an all levels flow class. So if you're a beginner, it's great. If you're more an advanced yogi, it's great too. If you're just starting out, just do what you can. Yeah. And I'll get everyone standing for the beginning here, just because I'm going to explain a couple movements of the pelvis. So I'll get one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your tailbone. Okay, and so I'll get you to rock your pelvis forward. This is anterior rotation of the pelvis. And you notice that curvature in your lumbar spine increases. Yeah? And you may also start to notice that your lower back starts to contract. And there's a muscle in your quads that are also starting to contract. Yeah? Okay, and then I'd like you to bring your pelvis back. So this is called posterior rotation of your pelvis. And you'll notice when you really rotate your pelvis posteriorly, you'll notice that your hamstrings start to contract and your lower tummy engages. Yeah? So rotating your pelvis forward, sit bones go up and back. Yeah, low back engages, quads engage. And then rotating your pelvis back, sit bones tuck under, hamstrings engage, and lower belly engages. So let's just do that a couple more times. Rotating pelvis forward, sit bones come up and back. Good. And then pelvis rotates back, sit bones tuck in closer to the femur bones. Hamstrings engage, lower belly engages. So just remember this feeling in your body because we'll be cueing this in postures on the mat. Yeah? Okay, so please find a comfy seat, cross-legged. Good, and you may, if you're at home and you feel like your hips are a bit tighter, you can always throw like a couch cushion underneath your bum. So just rock back on your sit bones and rock forward on your sit bones. And find a place that feels neutral. A place where it feels effortless to keep your spine nice and long. You may choose to close your eyes here. And this just allows you to get a deeper sense into your body. Good. Take a deep breath in. Good. Exhale through your nose out. Pause at the end of the exhale. And then exhale out even more. Pause. Full inhale from the bottom of your pelvis up. Up to the tip top of your shoulders. Pause at the top of the inhale. Sip up a little bit more. Pause. And then inhale up a little bit more. Full exhale, sigh out your mouth. And then just notice the after effects of the sigh in your body. Become more acquainted in the sensations of your body in this present moment. Notice areas of heat. Notice the areas that are very present. You may notice some areas that you don't really feel. Just observing sensation. choose to keep your eyes closed here. And I'd like you to bring your elbows in nice and close to your side body and lift your hands up so they're about a foot apart. Soften through your hands. And we are going to feel into duality today. So this is a time that maybe none of us have ever been in before. Yeah? A time in reality. So on one side we have anxiety, we have overwhelm, fear, uncertainty. And if this isn't you right now, I invite you to bring yourself back to a moment where you did feel that. And close your eyes and just notice how that feels in your body. You may start to feel a bit shaky. Commonly, it's hard to think. You just kind of feel frozen. Yeah, and so on the other hand though, we have always like a little bit of a smidge of knowing that it's gonna be okay. And we feel this in our heart. Through our heart we feel this. Intuitively we know that this chaos will subside and that we will be okay. And chaos resides in our thinking mind, yeah? As like swirling thoughts through our head, yeah? Yeah, but then when we come back to knowing we are okay, that place in our heart, knowing that we will be okay. Let's feel into that. Place both hands over top of your heart. And just notice your body. Good. Bring your hands back to that foot apart. We're moving into that next step of duality and where those two parts meet, yeah? So I invite you to close your eyes, yeah? Feel this through your heart, through your body, and slowly, slowly, slowly start to bring your hands towards each other. Pay special attention to the moment of contact. In that small little moment, we felt emptiness. We felt stillness. And this is the area, this is the space that we can observe from. We can observe the chaos. We can observe being all right. And this space of emptiness and stillness is the place that we remain neutral. So I'd like you to practice duality and practice coming back. Maybe if you're lucky, you get to feel that stillness and that emptiness. And just observe from here in practice today. And we can do this by, well, this may come up if a shape is hard, yeah? Where our thinking mind will say, oh, just put your knees down. Oh, take a sip of water here. Oh, you can get up to go, do whatever and come back. Come back to that place that it's okay. Come back to that place of emptiness where you can observe from a neutral place. And I often hear this is that people come to class because then we know we're doing the shape right. Yeah? We know we have the proper alignment when we come to class because the teacher can come around and correct us. But I want to introduce this, that we already know that the shape that we're in is perfect. Yeah? So please practice that. Bring hands together at heart center. Deep breath in, arms reach up. Hands connect. Exhale, hands come down through heart. 2 more times. Inhale up. The meaning of right and wrong. Exhale, hands come down through heart. Inhale, the meaning of good and bad. Exhale, hands come to heart. Please pause there. Deep breath in. Engage through your tummy, belly button to spine. Hug those hip points towards each other. And let's rotate right with core strength. Inhale slightly out. Exhale, twist back in. Inhale slightly out. One more time. Exhale, twist back in. Knowing that the twisting action of our spine comes from our lower, middle, and upper rib cage. Inhale, come on back to center. Next, exhale, engage your core, twist to the left. Inhale slightly out. Exhale, twist back into the left, twisting lower, middle, and upper rib cage. Inhale out. Exhale back in one more time. Exhale, engage core. On your next inhale, come back to center. Plant the right hand down next to the side body. Inhale up with the left. Engage a lot through the right side body, making that short. Ribs come onto the top of the hip. Bend into the right elbow. Root down through both sit bones evenly and really reach that left hand over top of your ear, stretching from fingertip to the hip. Keep breathing. If you'd like to add on, engage through your core more, and maybe you rotate your heart up towards the ceiling a little bit. Keep breathing. Keep engaging through that right side body and lengthening through the left. Next, exhale, engage through your core a lot. Float all the way through and over to the left side. Left hand plants, right hand reaches. Engage through the left side body. Ribs come on top of the hip. Bend into the elbow. Reach a lot through that right fingertip. And ground both sit bones, especially that right one. Keep breathing. Deep breath. If you want to add on, engage through your core more. Rotate through core strength, lifting the heart up a little bit towards the ceiling. Next exhale, engage the tummy a lot, float back to center, hands come to meet at heart. Feel the connection as both hands come together. When we're ready, roll over top of your knees, come onto all fours. So really spread your fingers really, really wide. Pointer fingers are parallel. And then draw your finger pads towards the palm. Yeah? So hands feel super, super strong. Keep these strong hands. Come from the heart and just start to bring some organic movement into your body. So when we're moving from the heart, we can be authentic. Yeah? We're just moving and letting our body tell a story. There is no good, bad, right, wrong, should or shouldn't here. And this is a chance to practice observing your body from that neutral place. Good. Let's all meet in tabletop. Wrists are shoulder width distance apart, knees are underneath the hips. Good. On the inhale, sit bones rise up and back. Yeah, we feel that low back engage. Good. Engage more through your low back. Engage your mid back, upper back. Shine your heart forward. Draw your wrist creases back towards your knees. On that exhale, start to tuck the sit bones under, closer to femur. Feel the hamstrings engage, lower belly, and then allow that to ripple through your spine. Engage lower belly, upper belly, and the chest by pressing the floor away from you. Gaze is in between the knees. Good. Next, inhale. Pelvis starts to move, initiating the movement. Sit bones rise, low back engages, mid back, upper back. Press the floor away from you. Draw your wrist creases back. Next, exhale. Exhale. Sit bones come down. Lower belly engages, upper belly, chest. Press the floor away from you. Gaze between your knees. Good. Inhale. Sit bones rise. Low back engages, mid back, upper back. Draw your wrist creases back. Exhale. Sit bones round. Low belly, upper belly, chest engages. And then flow through a couple more cat-cows on your own breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Come back to tabletop. Walk your knees back slightly. So you are in a low plank now. Draw your sit bones back to the femur, so into that posterior rotation that we were talking about. And draw your heels towards your bum. Yeah? So you'll feel hamstrings really engage. If hamstrings have been couch potatoes, you're probably gonna get a cramp. And the good thing about doing an online video is you can curse my name and I can't hear you. Yeah? Good. Keep squeezing hamstrings strong. Lower belly's engaged. Slow motion, lower all the way down to the mat. Press down into all 10 toe tips. Really fire up the legs. Press both pubic bones down by engaging the hamstrings with that posterior rotation. Walk your hands back so they're underneath your elbows. When you're ready, inhale, lift your heart. Engage through low, middle, and upper back. Keep breathing. And maybe you think about lifting your hands. Exhale, slow motion, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Engage that lower belly by posterior rotation of the pelvis. Press up to low plank. Send those sit bones up and back, downward dog. Take a moment to feel into your body from this different shape. So walk your dog out. Do what feels good. All right, so everyone please bend your knees a lot. Send your sit bones way up high and back. You'll feel that engagement through the low back. And then when you're ready, inhale, ripple forward, high plank. This is when we start engaging through the hamstrings. Sit bones rock back towards the femurs. Inhale, sit bones rock up and back, downward dog. Inhale, rock forward, posterior rotation of the pelvis. Engage through that low belly hamstring. And then exhale. Sit bones up high, downward dog. One more time. Inhale, rock forward, high plank. Lower that right knee down. Kickstand the right ankle off of the mat, toes tuck under. And then inhale, lift that left hand up. Root through that back heel. Lift the inner arch of the back foot. Scrunch through the right side body. And then reach that left hand way up over top of your ear. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. And feel that full side body lengthen. Keep breathing. Next, exhale, unwind. Come back to low plank. And here we go again. Bring your heels up towards your bum. Yeah, keep that posterior rotation in the bum so you really feel like your hamstrings are firing. Yeah? Slow motion, lower all the way down. Press down into all 10 toenails. Really fire up your legs. Press both pubic bones down. And when you're ready, inhale. Lift your heart. Low back engages, mid back engages, upper back engages. Keep breathing. Next, exhale. Exhale, let your heart melt down. Tuck your toes under. Engage through the lower abdomen. Press up into low plank. Send your sit bones up high and back, downward dog. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank. Lower that back knee down, or left knee down. And kickstand out the left foot. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift the right up. Let the back heel come down to the mat. Lift up the inner arch to the inner ankle. scrunch into the left side body, and then really reach that right hand over top of the top ear. Keep breathing. Next, exhale, unwind. Come back into low plank. And then slow motion, send sit bones up high. And we're coming to sit on our ankles. Brings palm face up. And feel into your body. Feel into any of the little buzzing. Feel into the heat. What do you notice? When you're ready, inhale, lift those arms up. Contact left and right hand. Exhale, hands come down through midline. And then at the same time, plant those hands onto the mat. Nice strong hands. Send your hips up high, downward dog. Lift your right leg up and back from the inner upper thigh. And then exhale, round forward. Step that right foot forward in between the hands. Lower your back knee down. Square your hips to the top of your mat. So back hip forward, front hip back. And like you could lift the mat up from the middle, really hug the legs towards each other. When you're ready, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep breathing. Start to straighten through the front leg. Send your sit bones up and back. Keep those hands at your heart. Engage through the low back. Mid back and upper back, keep your heart reaching forward. And then maybe you bring your hands down. Fingertips. Good. So really targeting the hamstrings here. Into the fascia that encapsulates each of the muscles of the hamstring. And because fascia is this three-dimensional kind of fluid structure in the body, sometimes it needs a little bit of a movement in some direction to load it in the way that you need. Yeah? So maybe start to wiggle a tiny bit with your hips to the left or to the right and find the pull that suits you. Once you get there, stay. But keep lifting your sit bones up and back. Yeah, keep your heart drawing forward. On your next inhale, slow motion. Bring the knee back over top of the ankle. Plant the left hand slightly out from shoulder width distance apart. Take your right hand on top of your knee. Foundation is super strong. Keep the hips square. Hug the legs towards each other. Deep breath in. Exhale, engage through your core a lot. Yeah, start to twist open Bring your right hand up towards the ceiling. Stacking shoulder blade on top of shoulder blade. Good. If you want a little bit more, you can go ahead and start to engage into the low back. Yeah. The mid back, upper back. Keep the foundation strong, using proprioception, knowing where you are in space, knowing that the foundation is staying strong. Next, exhale, slow motion, lower down. Both hands come down to the mat. Tuck the toes under, lift that back knee. Press the floor away from you a lot, round through your spine. And then effortlessly, this is where we would laugh in class because it's not effortless. Lift that front foot back and step back to downward dog. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth, let it go. Feel the after effects of the sigh. Good. When you're ready, lift your left leg up and back from the inner upper thigh. Gaze forward. Step forward with that front leg, or the left leg. Lower the back knee down. Square the hips, front hip back, back hip forward. And then really hug the legs towards each other. When you're ready, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands come down through heart. And pause. Observing it all. From here, send your sit bones back and up. Start to straighten through that front leg. Engage, engage, engage through the low back, mid back, upper back. And then once we have that, plant those hands down, fingertips. Keep the heart reaching forward, sit bones up and back. And then same thing that we did on the other side, knowing that fascia is this intricate structure in the body. We just wiggle a little bit to find the unique pull for our body. So hips may go a little bit more to the right, a little bit more to the left. Good, but we keep those sit bones reaching up and back. Keep the engagement through our back and lifting our heart forward. On your next inhale, inhale, slow motion rock forward back into that low lunge. Plant that right hand slightly off of the mat. Left hand comes to the upper knee. Keep the hips square. Keep hugging the legs towards each other. Good, and then deep breath in. Exhale, engage through the core. Yeah, start to rotate towards the left hand side. Lift your left hand up towards the sky. Keep a strong foundation. Yeah, and if you want a little bit more, you go ahead and start to engage through your low back. Yeah, engage through your mid back and engage through your upper back. Keep breathing. Next exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee. Press the floor away from you a lot. Smiling makes it easier. And then take that foot back to downward dog. Rock forward into high plank. Slow motion, lower the knees all the way down to the mat. Send the sit bones up and back, engage through your back, and slowly float yourself back onto your heels. Hands palm face up. And now take that time to feel into the sensations in your body. And these sensations may not only be physical sensations. Yeah? Observing them for just as they are. If your eyes are closed, please open them. Bring your sit bones up and back. Start to rock forward. Plant those hands. Take your ankles to one side or another and come onto your bum. Wiggle up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees. Plant your big toe ball mounds into the mat and then draw your heels towards your bum. Yeah, lift your heart. You know those things that you hate? This is mine. Yeah? So when you're ready, slow motion, lower all the way down. And then when you start to feel those quivers, hang out there for a sec. Practicing observing from a neutral place when things are hard. Good. And once you do finally arrive, bring your hands way up overhead. Stretch from fingertips to toe tips. Bring your hands over top of your heart. Bend through your knees. Bring feet mat width distance apart. And just let your knees sway side to side. Until they find stillness. Press into your feet, lift your bum, and extend your legs out long. If it feels okay in Shavasana to keep your hands over your heart, please do so. So I will guide you into Shavasana. And you can take as much time as you need here. And then end your practice in whatever way feels authentic for you. Thanks so much for practicing with me. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. Allow your eyes to soften. Temples to widen. Soften through your jaw and the back of your neck. Allow your body to become super heavy.